Hey, what's up everyone? Thank you very much for joining. So today we're going to do a little beginner lesson over It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. Bob Dylan, great song. There are a million ways you can play this song. I'm going over the way that I learned it. It's one of the first songs that I eventually learned. And I learned it from the areyoukind.com website, which is mostly Grateful Dead, but obviously they've covered some Dylan. So this is the way that I've learned how to play it. And I like playing it this way, so I'm going to show you guys. As always, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and we're going to go ahead and hop in here. And as I mentioned, I'm doing this more of a beginner type lesson here, so I'm going to go over the chord shapes in a little more detail than I typically do. If you're already familiar with these chord shapes, feel free to skip ahead to the strumming patterns and whatnot throughout the lesson. But if you're ready, let's go. All right, so we're going to start here with an A. So on your second fret here, you're going to have your middle finger on second fret here, of course, of the D string. Ring finger, second fret of the G, and pinky, second fret of the B. And you will strum that starting on this A string here. That'll be your A chord. We've got a G. There are a couple different ways you can play G. This is the way that I've always played it. So I've got my middle finger here, third fret of that low E, index finger, first fret of the A, ring finger, third fret of the B, and pinky, third fret of the high E, which is also a G. Alright, so that is a G. So we have an A to a G. And now we're going to a D. Alright, and D, middle finger, second fret of that high E, ring finger, third fret of the B, and index finger, somewhere there, second fret of the G. And you'll start your strumming here from the open D string. Alright, so first three chords, A, G, D. Now when I'm playing it, as you probably heard in the beginning there, I do like to add in this pinky finger here. So I'm adding my pinky, so I'm adding in a G note basically, and then pulling off. So I like to add that pinky to the third fret of that high E, then pull it off and strum the chord again. Okay, so from there we have an E minor, great little chord. So we've got index finger, second fret of the A, and middle finger, second fret of the D. You can strum all the strings there. It's your E minor. Okay, another chord. So there's one bar chord in this song, and I know for beginners, bar chords tend to be difficult and things we want to avoid playing. But just keep practicing it. Your strength you'll build up the strength and you'll be able to play them. So this is a F sharp. So we are barring the second fret here. Then we've got our middle finger is on the third fret of the G. Pinky is on the fourth of the D, and ring is on the fourth of the A. And that is an F sharp. If you do find that you have a lot of trouble getting that down right away, you can put your index finger, instead of bar, you can put your index finger on the second fret of this B, and it'll still give you the same chord. But I will say, if you do it that way, you're going to want to only go from the A to the B. You probably don't want to throw this open E in there. I think it muddies it a little bit. So if you're going to play it that way, you're not going to want to strum everything. But if you're going to bar it, you can go ahead and hit that. Okay. And the only other chord here, so when we come back to this A, we're going to go to an A sus, I believe this is an A sus 4, or an A sus 2. It's an A sus 2 or 4, one of those two. I will put it up there because for whatever reason I'm blanking. So again, so from this A, all you're going to do here, you take your pinky finger that's on the 2nd fret of this B, slide it down to the 3rd fret of the B. So, and you can strum, and then you go back to your A. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go over first part of the verse here. And this just continues throughout the entire song. There's no bridge or anything. It's just these same chords the entire way. So. Your E minor. F sharp to your A. Sorry. Okay. Such a great song. Love the lyrics in this song. It's this awesome tune. So the strumming pattern that I'm just playing here, I'm playing trying to make it a very easy strumming pattern, and I'm just doing all downstrokes. You can certainly do down, down, up, if you want to. But the way that I'm doing it here, so that A for 4 beats, and I'm just doing all downstrum. So. Okay. On occasion, I will hit this the D string here, so the third string. So I'll strum first. Okay. You don't have to do that, but you will see me do that from time to time. And I do that with all the chords here. I do the same thing with the G, D. And that's probably kind of a tick for me. Since I'm not doing an up strum, my hand wants to do something additional, so probably I'm hitting that note, I'm sure. Okay. Let me go ahead and play through this slowly here. The reason I like this is because we switch this E minor here, but everything else is the same. Back to that G and D. Alright, here's the bar. Alright guys, that is it. Those are the chords you're going to play. You're going to want to practice those. And that is the rhythm to kind of get you started with it as well. As always, you know, when you're learning a new song, it's very important to listen to that song, try to get that rhythm down, get that feel for it as well. So I highly recommend doing that. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave me feedback, comments below. See you guys again soon.